Hey everybody, Snagging us here. Just gonna give a quick update since I already know we're probably not gonna be starting for hopefully another 5 or 10 minutes. It looks like one of the members is having issues with like authenticating into the Heroes client. Apparently, Blizzard's saying that there was some activity or something, then they're locking him out. But we're getting that they're getting that worked out. Hopefully, I'll get an update soon. But we will check back in another 5 minutes or so. All right, thanks. Hey, so still no dice for the fifth member of the team. So we are gonna go another 5 minutes. All right, be right back. All right, one more time. Another 5 minutes, then somebody's gonna be delayed. Actually, both teams have one member of each side that are still getting slow to go on here. So giving them another 5 minutes. Be right back. Alrighty, guys. So we are finally able to start the game. Got everybody in. So I'm Snagging. This is a Division D West finals week. So these are the two teams that were top of the Division West, or rather have made it through the playoffs so far. We're gonna have We Like Tortles versus Tass. Though We Like Tortles was actually the #1 seed coming out of the regular season playoff, and We Like Tortles was number 7. So looking at some kind of backgrounds of these two teams for right now. So as like I said before, in the regular season matchup, these two teams played each other in week 5. We Like Tortles did win that game with a 2-0. During the regular season, We Like Tortles actually only dropped 2 matches, which essentially one actual game that they got dominated on. So finishing the season with 8 wins, no draws, and 1 loss. Where on the other side, Tass, though, finishing out with number 7 with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 5 losses. But the fact that Tass is actually up in the finals today actually means that they have beaten the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed. So they're the underdogs here, and they're going to be coming for it. I'm sure they're bloodthirsty. So I had spent a little time talking to both of the captains, or at least players from the captains. I don't think it actually wasn't Kahlua, but talking to them, what We Like Tortles was taken away from this matchup. So I was asking them how they felt about the upcoming match, and he told me that earlier in their season they felt really confident about it. They did get that 2-0. But now with their recent games, they have been moving up the ladder, obviously making it to the finals. So they have to focus a lot harder on this game than they were expecting. But overall, they still feel pretty confident. They mentioned that they'll definitely need to bring their A game tonight, and that they're a little concerned with the off-meta picks and the off-meta comps that Tass, though, likes to play. So they're going to be looking out for those in the draft. And talking to that Tass captain, he was saying that he felt pretty good. I think they are feeling confident as well. They said that they know that they're going into this match as the underdog, but they like being the underdog. They don't have anything to lose, so they can go in and exceed expectations. They said that they're just going to play their game and not let We Like Tortles to play theirs. They like to play meta. I mean, they basically, Tasso said that We Like Tortles likes to play meta, but they're used to it, and so there's not anything specific that they're looking for, and they're just going to bring their game. And just for everybody to know, the map bans were Sky Temple and Braxis, but this is actually going to give us going right into the draft for game number 1, which was actually brought to us by We Like Tortles as the first game. I can actually switch to the draft screen. There we go. So this is going to give Tass, though, the first pick and first ban. Now, looking at the picks for Tortles, they, like I said before in the keys, they like to play kind of standard. They play the Garrosh, they play Phoenix, they play the Hanzo, Gul'dan, all those people. There is one little tricky. So Garrosh is... Wait, did something happen? Did I get kicked? Alright, one sec. Oh, somebody else got kicked. Alright. Round 2. No kicks. All right, so like I said before, so Garrosh is actually being, the Into the Fray talent is being banned because it is able to throw bosses and vehicles. What is happening? Liz, please. So far, every time we've gone to the lobby, somebody's been kicked. All right, well, You guys can see, let's bring it back to this screen just so you guys can keep reading in case you didn't catch it. We're having a little bit of difficulties with Blizzard, and something must be going on with the authentication. Alright, so he's getting back into the lobby. So, well, besides the technical difficulties, how's everybody else doing? Alright, take 3. Okay. Alright. So far, alright, so far so good. Okay. So, so Tass panning out the Maya right off the bat, playing on Battlefield of Eternity, which is quite surprising. I mean, she's kind of good everywhere. These lanes aren't as wide for her to get a lot of the picks and pulls, especially the fighting over the middle has got a lot of blocks, so it's not her strongest map, but obviously she's always very strong in every map if you have a good Maya player. So following up with the first ban for We Like Tortles, I mean, as I said before, in that Keys game with the 2 captains, you know, Tass likes to play a little off meta. They brought out the Gazlord in the last couple of rounds of the last playoff matches. They've brought out Azmodan. According to their season play, they actually play Murky a lot. And they actually kind of ban out the Tyrael. So I think they're probably going to be scared of one of the little ganky comps, as they was mentioned before, with like the Tyrael blow up Judgment, followed up with like stun lock on somebody. So they're just going to go ahead and get rid of one component of it.
Our time has come.
So Tass immediately prioritizing the Artanis, gets that solo laner. He has a lot of burst on the Immortal to where he gets the amateur opponent, so he can actually sit on the Immortal pretty hard.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
So we got a first pick of Garrosh and Hanzo. You know, Hanzo is very good at racing the Immortal. He still has that level 4 and level 7 to get the monster damage on there. And just want to make sure that the teams know that Into the Fray is banned. So Tass opens up with a second on their first round, finishing up the first round, picking up the ETC and the Jaina. So that gives them a little bit of blow up. You know, the ETC slide, Jaina follow up, that gives them a lot of wave clear in the bot lane. It allows them to be punishing on fights. Also, Jaina has a little subtle counters to Garrosh, because if Garrosh is slowed, it makes it a lot harder for him to just run up and throw people. Or if he gets the ground slam and then gets slowed, he's actually not going to be able to catch up to him by the time the ground slam slow wears off. So right now, We Like Tortles is looking to see, just debating who they want to ban out. So far, Tass is showing kind of meta for this map. Meta enough. So they're not really getting rid of one of the healers. They have the next 2 picks. They don't want to play against Kayn. They have the next 2 picks. They'll probably be looking for either the Malfurion or the Stukov. And Tass getting rid of the Tracer. Making sure that they don't have that ganking potential. They don't have that kind of chaos fight that is Tracer. Especially because there is going to be a Malfurion allowed on this pick, on this round. So you don't want to have they didn't want to have a double Malfurion Tracer pick that they might not have been able to deal with. So essentially, we would probably see Tortles pick up their healer and their offlaner. We do see Tortles playing. Honestly, Phoenix is still viable. Phoenix can go decently well against Artanis. Probably not the best, because if Artanis gets swaps, it can get it stops them from being on there. They do like Dahaka, which is perfectly fine on this map. Dahaka allows you to get some soak, push out the lanes, especially if you time your mercs correctly, and then join the fight in later when you're defending. Malthael, they do play some Malthael, and that's available here. We got... But they're actually going to pick up the Medivh, and they do go with the Dahaka. right. So with the Medivh, that provides a lot of protection for the Hanzo. It's almost kind of like a hyper carry Hanzo at that point. Basically protect the Hanzo. There's going to be an Artanis swap, so if anybody does get swapped, Medivh's going to have Portal for it. And it's actually really fun to play Portals with the Garrosh. So you can Portal Garrosh on in, he can get a throw and combo right there, and then actually Portal out for safety. So pretty interesting there. So from Tass, what healer are they going to want to look for? They still have another damage dealer. They could go with another racer. They're probably not looking too slow on the race right now. It's just Hanzo versus Artanis, and with the recent Hanzo nerfs, I don't think Artanis is really that far behind him at all. So looking for their healer, it's usually played, you know, he's got a high pick of Stukov, Malfurion, and Monk, which are all available right now. Monk could be viable. I don't think so. Monk into Garrosh is probably not the best, and you have shield for 7-sided. We'll probably be looking for the palm anyways. So it's probably, I would imagine the Malfurion. Oh, wow, they go Uther Artanis. So picking up the double healer when there's not really a there's not really like an auto attack person that you can go with. I can give you a lot of the healing on there. And you know, it does provide some shielding for whoever might get poked, but it's a lot harder to anticipate who to put the shield on when you're just dealing with poke from the other team. Like there's only Hanzo poke. That's literally it. So like, I mean, you can expect somebody's going to put shielding on the ETC a lot. Artanis is going to be in the solo lane. Actually, Artanis they could put Artanis in the 4-man and try to look for picks. I could honestly see that going on. But we like Tortles is going to finish it out with the Stukov. Get some good PvE healing and you know, the combos with the silence to if they need to interrupt for ETC as well. So that's going to be the team. So what do you guys think what team has the better draft here? Especially remember, this is BOE. This is game number 1 of the finals. What are you guys thinking in chat? I have to remember sure I did not do this right. All right, so I have to, excuse me, since I'm by myself, I have to put everybody's names in there at the same time. I'm not going to do it in time because I'm slow. So we are going to try to with ETC is Jaina, myself, because this is a little harder. All right, I did it in time. I'm good. So, like I said before, we got. I mean, honestly, the race is pretty even in my opinion. We got double heals on both teams, a little bit more burst for that task though. But move it into game number 1 of the playoffs, of the finals actually. We got Wisp on the Stukov, Gone on the Dahaka. I believe it is Kahlua on the Medivh, Joshipu on the Garrosh, and Got Milk on the Hanzo. And on the right hand side, that task though, we got Trevorrow on the Uther, Hemo Santiago on the ETC, Crypt Digger on the Jaina, Kurt Dog on the Artanis, and Keysby on the Tassadar. And like I said, so we are probably going to see the Tassadar be in the solo lane. So they're going to be looking for some picks with Artanis. Maybe if they get a big swap, ETC slide follow up with the Jaina combo. That does do a lot of damage. I mean, granted, there's a Medivh portal there and a Medivh shield. So they're, I mean, I don't think Tortles is going to be scared of this at all. Alright, so they're going to be looking for a little bit of this scuffle in the beginning. There's a little bit more wave clear for Tass. Unfortunately, Jane is just trying to walk up right into Stukov silence. Is not able to get her Blizzard off. No swap going out yet. This is going to be the problem because I'm going to want to try to look at the solo lane to see how the Tassadar and Dahaka are matching up, to try to pay attention to their health pools. One swap barely missed the Medivh, but he had the shield ready just in case it did hit. Ooh, big throw from the Garrosh, and Artanis is actually not going to be able to look out. He barely gets the shield, self-shielding, and the ETC Uther heals, but it's not enough, and he ends up being the first one to die with the trying to do the auto attack onto one of the side lanes and then just being flipped by the Garrosh. So, not the best start for them, and it actually looks like Keysby's having a hell of a time in top lane against this Dahaka. You're not really going to want to be anywhere near his auto attack hit or hit in auto attack range, or allow him to press W and stay on top of you. We're actually having Medivh rotating up. Ooh, nice sidestep and the evade to block all the damage there. Good job from Keysby. What a play. And we're going to have a fast rotation for this Medivh. Alright, so this is about the time you want to see, like, if there's any picks going on, you'll see teams try to take Merc camps. We're actually going to get an aggressive Merc camp since there is, you know, the better team comp for Tortles in the beginning with this Garrosh. Dahaka's actually going to come in, actually gets the swap on Artanis because he just happened to go into that bush. And with a 5-man there, that's going to get the kill on Uther. So, that's one of the powers with Dahaka, is that he has that burrow available. He can make any fight at 5v4. So something they'll have to pay attention to. And he's actually not going to lose too much value on top. He'll probably lose maybe, 3 minions worth. Not that big of a deal, especially worth it for the kill and the camp. Looking for a little bait swap, seeing if they're going to rotate around. So we got the first Immortal spawning in 15 seconds. I like this. We like Tortles rotating over to their shamans. They're actually gonna kind of mess up a little bit, not killing it just as fast. Remember, Hanzo just now finished his level 4 to do the extra damage. But I think since they have the poke with Hanzo and that Tass does not, look at this invade. So the Dahaka is not gonna burrow. We got the big swap getting them all in there. Jaina's got a huge blizzard hitting on 3 people. They almost got the Dahaka. No, Dahaka's coming from the backside if he gets that ton. Nice. Artanis walks his body into it, and this is going to be a big play for that Tass if they're able to win this off. Tass's coming in now. There's still a lot of poke from the Hanzo. Dahaka's basically just standing on the point by himself, but the swap from Artanis clutches them to camp. And that was a pretty intense level 1 fight. And they actually pick up the Hanzo kill, and that's huge. That gives them so much speed on this first Immortal. Now there's no longer Hanzo poke they have to deal with, but they're pretty hurt. And, Uther doesn't have the most effective healing on a group. And Jaina's pretty low on mana, so we probably want to see them, do a little bit of damage here. They're trying to get at least into halftime and then tap Wells, but they don't want to lose anybody here. There. There's the first halftime. Actually, to the side of Tass, though, with the risky but beneficial invade onto the Shaman camp. So this is probably what we're going to see here the most. We're going to see the 4-man invade. They're actually getting the 5-man invade, try to get a kill here while Hanzo pokes. Most of the time we'll see just Hanzo poke from the distance. Jaina's looking a little bit out of position, trying to not get caught here. Medivh's coming in for the kill. Nice stun from the ETC to body block that and to deflect damage. But that left Stukov vulnerable in the backline, and Artanis is actually going to get that kill. Jaina's coming back in. I mean, this Medivh is going to get stacks here if they constantly stay here like this. Nice stop for the Artanis. This Artanis is making plays, man. Like, that swap just barely stunned Medivh enough to where you probably just misclick the portal. Uther is going to die for it, but this is good. I mean, look at this Hanzo. With all this poke that they've been doing in harassment, Hanzo is actually caught up. Since Artanis is their main race, and Artanis was the playmaker there, they weren't really able to secure the damage on the Immortal. So, they still get it, but much less shielding than they probably would have liked. Honestly, talents, I mean, experience, even though it's 3 to 3 kills, even experience. Nobody was really able to soak that lion because Dahaka was in the fight the whole time. So it's, basically an even game. Probably don't expect too much taken with this Immortal. Maybe like 1 tower, maybe 2. But it's unlikely unless there's a big swap from Artanis. Medivh's actually already finished his stacks because of all those soaking or fighting in those choke points. Yeah, first Immortal doesn't even get the second fort. Minions almost do. Garrosh is looking for that pick. We got, what, let's see, 6 stacks on the Garrosh quest. 9 on the ETC. Tassar is actually almost done because he's just been auto-attacking onto the Dahaka the whole time in the bot lane. Actually going the mental acuity. Looking to get a lot more of that cooldown reduction. like probably later. We'll probably see at 13 with the Oracle trait to get that to get the cooldown reduction every time he uses Oracle, and then he can use it up all the time. So it's basically a 50% uptime consistently. Neither team looking to go to camps. Remember, like the last time this happened, that Tass tried to push into this camp and got 5v4'd against the Dahaka. So they're probably not going to look to do that again, but they will want to pay attention to where Medivh goes. But everybody just kind of doing a little bit of back and forth. Since there's nothing going on here, let's look at this. So with the Tass that are stacked, it's tongued out. Should be able to, yep. Probably not worth it for that globe, honestly, because he took a lot more damage than he was going to heal. But we're having a big little scuffle up here. Big Ice, a lot of damage being taken by that Tass. Everybody is so low. Dahaka's coming in. Nice interrupt by the ETC, but Jano kind of walked back in. Oh, Tass, does he get out? Wow. That's a huge win. The fact that Dahaka came up here, they got no kills from it. Tassar's going to be able to soak bot. I mean, they are going to take the first camp, but Jaina will be able to clear that fast enough. Actually, Jaina and Artanis will be able to clear it. Tassar's actually going to take that time to back right before the Immortals. And they're actually, since it's on their side, they're just going to get a free fast speed here. But we should be seeing Jaina's a little bit far back. They could engage on it. If Medivh sees this, this is a free portal onto this Jaina. She got stunned. Oh, if that was a portal onto the Jaina with the Garrosh, I think that would have been a den Jaina. Or they're going to be looking to this fort. And once again, Hanzo's just going to be sitting in the back line. Or sitting on his own Immortal, just poking in damage. They're going to get the 50%. This Medivh is just focusing on Jaina hard, and he's going to get that. No, barely doesn't get the kill, but he can still get it on Tassadar. I mean, people forget that the resets on Medivh actually does a lot of damage, and he's actually going to be able to poke in. Nope! Oh, just barely. The tongue from Dahaka able to get that secure killed. And so now this position, more with the 2 kills there, more favorable for We Like Tortles, and this is going to be a critical. Oh my, wow, what a Medivh play. Portals over the walls, taking tower shots and all of them, and still gets double kill. Just can't get those resets. You gotta get a little bit of sidestepping. But Kahlua with the Medivh plays. So this is gonna be a healthier Immortal than the first one, and level 10s. Let's see what they do with it. We got 2 top right now. I'm actually surprised that tongue hit. Looked like it was gonna hit the minion. So looking at level 10s, we got Isolation, Warlord's Challenge, Massive Shove, Dragon Arrow, and Polybomb. Not going with the Leyline to kind of isolate one player after they get the Garrosh throw. They're going to look at a Polybomb, maybe have another interrupt for ETC, have another interrupt for Tassar, make sure you can't E away, and Artanis. So we're actually seeing ETC in the top lane, which is telling me that he's going to go stage dive. We got Archon coming out, Divine Shield, big portal coming out. Jaina doesn't get the flip. They got Archon pop, but Jaina is so low. Gets the Divine Shield, doesn't quite need it, does get away. Ended up killing Medivh, which has been a huge playmaker from him. There comes the stage dive, and it's super effective, trading 3 members here. Dahaka is finally broken up. Nice swap, getting some body blocks. Dahaka actually does get the isolation on the ETC, which slows down their stun, but it's not going to matter. I mean, they get a 5-man kill here, but they are going to lose their keep wall. And so Dahaka doesn't have burrow. They know that. So this should be a dead Dahaka. And now this is actually going to be staggered deaths. Unfortunately, Jaina is going to have to back for mana. Ooh, maybe not. Alright, so we got 30 seconds, 25 seconds on stage dive, so they can do some global rotation again. But I mean, Dahaka will obviously be up before stage dive does, so We Like Tortles has more of the global. Alright. So during all that, obviously we saw the Purifier Beam, we saw the stage dive, which the Purifier Beam actually did a lot of damage to Medivh, because after the shield was gone, he was just taking damage. I think he probably didn't have Portal up afterwards. And the Arcana Water Elemental. So, all ultimates up for We Like Tortles. And everybody just agreeing to take their merc camps that are on their side of the map. We Like Tortles actually takes both the shamans and the push camp, and I would like to see them push with this, honestly. I mean, the shamans provide minions all the time. These what are they called? Kobolds? Not kobolds. What are they called? Goats do actually do quite a bit of range damage to him, and you honestly don't really want him to give a free clear. You want to provide some pressure. They both have globals on the top lane for either team, so any fight can still be a 5v5, depending on when they come in. But I like this. They're not letting them have a free clear. They're not walking away to try to get... I mean, honestly, Hanzo at this point could probably rotate mid to get some starter damage just because they have been losing the beginning a little bit. And if they lose the beginning, if they win the beginning and win the second half, then obviously they're going to be way far ahead. Alright, so this is going to be the next team fight. It's on favorable sides for both teams, but I think it's probably more favorable for Tortles just because they have the Hanzo. Dahaka coming in with the burrow, but ETC's a little bit out of position. Gets the slide back into his team, but we should see the Garrosh done. There it is. He's going to look for the throw. Actually, going to be able to probably look on the Tassar. And popping the Archon gets the Unstoppable. Probably has to pop the E again. But a huge Purifier Beam on the Garrosh and actually just melts him. Stukov using the pull. Stukov was getting focused, so is the Jaina. Uther is already going down, not able to get the other heal onto the Jaina, and probably going to be looking here to pocket Artanis a little bit, but this is a 4v2. I lied, a 2v3, or 3v2. Artanis honestly can still solo this Hanzo. Oh, barely gets away from that with the mount up. Alright, during that fight, we had level 13s picked right beforehand. ETC going full face melt build, doing a little bit more of the damage, especially since he's come in with the stage dive. That's the bigger play. So that way you can immediately start off with this, the slide and the knockback for damage. Oh, Artanis is not going to want to die here. Gets some shielding from a Tassadar. And now the ETC, the healer, Medivh going down, and they're going to look to turn this. They want to try to get on top of this Hanzo that's on their side. Water Elemental's coming up. They don't have to worry about any type of stuns. They got the slow from Tassadar, and this is going to be a 3-man kill for nothing with all the res. They got a little bit of aggressive with that positioning. And this actually should be an Immortal. Since the Immortal's on the enemy side with 3 members dead, this should be a free Immortal going back to Tass. So this game is just back and forth with who has the upper hand. Okay, ETC playing a little bit of defense, a little bit of poke. Oh, too bad that Artanis just used his dash. He might have been able to get that Stukov there. That would have been huge. So level 15. Half a level lead. Essentially about half a level lead for Tass. A bigger Immortal later in the game. So this is going to be doing a lot more damage. Now granted, after the Immortal does like a big stun, there is possibilities for Medivh to do a portal in for Garrosh and get a throw. So they do have to look out for that. Oh, the knockback from the Immortal is not what you want to see. We're actually going to see Uther once again. Big swap, but Medivh has that portal out. Archon coming out. Taunt on 3 members. And we're actually seeing that Purifier Beam. I mean, this Purifying Beam is honestly doing work. Every person that this Purifying Beam has gone on top of has died. And I think it's because of that Jaina combo. This is Jaina slows are guaranteeing Purifier damage. And with that, level 16's reached. Got the Blades distance. Tar solo heal. That double storm? Yeah. And the benediction. So now we can see some Uther stun locks with the double stun. They're good. They should look for a keep wall here. I mean, Garrosh is still up for another 3 seconds. I don't think they can push keep unless they get a big swap. Almost, but they're looking for it. Yeah, and smartly probably backs up here because Medivh can always just push their tanks into the back line. Ooh, Uther. Okay. They do still have level 16s, so they can look for a gank here. They know Dahaka just burrowed. They might just want to look for a fight. They still have their global. Dahaka does not. Waiting to see what the level 16s they get for that Tass. Actually, once they saw Dahaka top line, I feel like I would have really liked to see them get a hard push onto this 4-man down here and try to get a kill. Because they knew that Dahaka had the burrow used. Alright, so level 16s. We actually... Oh, yeah, so we can't go into the fray, so it's a good thing you didn't go that. You went Oppressor. Does a little bit less damage for that Jaina. And actually going Wrecking Ball. I don't think we see that too often. However, Wrecking Ball only gets value if he throws somebody right. He has to throw somebody after he gets the Groundbreaker stun, which means he has to stun, walk up to him. Now he gets the cooldown reduction, so he is able to throw again shortly. Our isolation going out on the Artanis, so there's no Purifier Beam yet. Looking for the slows from the Tassadar and the Jaina. We still have Stage Dive, Water Elemental coming out. They fighting onto their own. There's the Purifier Beam. Trying to get a little bit of that damage. Nice swap back into the Purifier Beam damage range. Dragon Arrow quickly hitting 2 people. But, oh man, is Hanzo actually going to get out of that? They're just looking for everybody. Kahlua actually does with the double fake, taking the portal and going back out, but at the cost of 3 members. Hanzo's the only one to escape, and the and Artanis is just gonna say, "You guys got this. I'm gonna go back to the Immortal and get some damage on this." Man, Dahaka lived for forever there, honestly. So that's gonna be a 3rd Immortal in total to that Tass, and I like it. They already have 4 down here. Might as well get a push. Try to get some more kills. You probably want to wait safe as an, just for anybody else, as an ETC playing against Medivh. You want to wait until after they puts the portal. I mean, it's unlikely that you're really gonna just like really stop him from taking the portal, but at least gives him a little bit of panic to try to quick it. Like ETC rotating up to the top lane. He has the global potential. So this is a again, another late game pretty healthy Immortal. Almost getting to level 20. He's just doing a little bit of checking, making sure they're not doing anything cheeky where they see everybody on the map. He might actually just take these himself. There he goes. Oh, I like it. They're holding this. Okay, they decide not to. I actually would have literally liked them to hold that just to try to get some damage up. Light up here. Forward rotate. They're going to have Mercs camps pushing with this. Medivh sees it. They kind of do want to fight before 20 is reached. Because essentially, once this Immortal gets to the keep wall, that's going to give that Tass 20. A quick look at talents before we start this fight. Arash trying to run in there, get the slope. Nice unstoppable. Make sure that Uther couldn't stun him. Spreading out the so much spread. Another huge Purifier Beam. Actually was able to hit 2 people for the price of one time, and that was right when they hit level 20. They haven't all picked level 20. I don't think he picked target Purify before he got those kills, which is a little unfortunate because that means he does not get the resets. But I think this is actually going to be game with those picks. The Artanis Purifier Beam with the slows of Jaina and Tassadar just doing work against them. Like Purifier Beam was just melting them more than Stukov or the Medivh could heal up with the shield. And that's game number 1. Going for that Tass though. Remember, this is the number 7 seed playing against the number 1 seed who's only lost 1 match. 1 game. Well, they've lost 2 games, which equals to 1 match. Alright. So looking at the stats, Medivh actually top damage for so Medivh actually top damage for Tortles. First pick, which means I have to find people and talk to the other guy. Oh man, so what a game. I mean, that was honestly, it was very even. There was 2 team fights essentially at the later stage, mid-game, late stage, where Purifier Beam just destroyed them. Alright, so I mean, like the healing, you got Stukov and Medivh. Actually, Uther beat out Stukov, which is quite surprising. Tassadar wasn't too far behind Medivh, so it was pretty even in the overall healing because of this Sky and Braxis. So with both of them having this healer and support healer, equaled out to be about the same amount of healing, give or take. All right, so while we get game number 2 set up, we're going to take it to quick AFK screen. Actually, we'll do the screen so you can look at my face, because that's what matters. All right, custom game. So game number 2. So since Tortles lost, they have the option of doing first pick or taking the map pick. They opted to be first pick, which means they passed the map pick over to Tass, which are bringing us to Cursed Hollow. All right, and just as a quick refresher, so anybody that is not familiar with this, division is Division D. So Jackster actually put out a preview for the match, and he actually called Tass to win. No, I don't know. Did he call Tass to win? Shoot, now I'm second guessing myself. Who did he call? Did you not call anybody? Are you playing bias or no bias? Come on, man. Well, either way, I think I read somebody's article. Somebody put an article up. I think it went into Heroes Hearth. They are actually calling Tass to win 2-1. So let's swap this guy with. So they're off to a good start right now. Rip Dagger was the other team. All right, so that's everybody. All right, so we're just waiting for the members to get into the lobby now. So how was that game number 1? I mean, that was pretty back and forth. It was really good. I like the team fights. They actually were not even that chaotic. They had definitely a clear focus in mind. They didn't care who was the target. They just said, okay, the tank, Garrosh, he can easily die. We are melting him with Purifier Beam with the slows to make sure he can't escape the Purifier Beam. After the Medivh shielding goes off, it's like, okay, whatever. We'll just, focus that guy. So, bringing us to Cursed Hollow. Game number 2. So this is the chance, this is the map pick by Tass. So maybe are they going to bring out some type of cheese to secure the 2-0 victory? The number 7 seed with the upset? Is it going to happen, guys? Is it going to happen? All right, we got one team ready. Second team ready. Let's move on in. All right, game number 2 of We Like Tortles versus Tass, though. Division D finals, West Side. First pick, now going to be on We Like Tortles. Like we said before, both teams essentially know that they kind of play meta, but they have to stay in this fight. I mean, they're down 1. They're probably not the position that they were expecting to be in. So are they going to bring out some new strat? Are they going to play off meta to catch the other team off guard? Tass said that they're prepared for meta. They're prepared for meta. Again, they picked the Hawk in the last game. It's very strong on this map. I believe Tortles banned. Who'd they ban first? I do not remember who they banned first, but they're banning Abathur. I believe there is a significant Abathur player on Tass, though. I think he is one of their top 3 players, or top 3 heroes played for the season in NGS. And Cursed Hollow is definitely one of his better maps, if not one of his best maps. So does Tass get rid of the Medivh? Are they gonna be looking for something, or do they get rid of the Dahaka? You know, maybe they do play weird comps. Are they, let's say, are they thinking Lost Vikings and they want to get rid of Dahaka? Are they thinking Asmodan and just, or Gazlo and doing some type of cheesy specialist? I'm just gonna ignore everything and push a lane that everybody hates. And why are we in this game, person? But they are gonna stick with the Maiev. Don't want to deal with it. Kalu a little upset that he's not going to be able to play Maiev in these 2 games. Maybe the 3rd game, if you bring us to the 3rd game. So, first picks for Cursed Hollow. Dahaka is usually pretty high priority. You got Diablo is usually pretty strong with the choke points. Diablo right now, honestly, I think is pretty strong if you have a strong Diablo player that can get the combos. Sonya with Merking, probably not top first pick worthy. Tracer's still available. Genji's still available. Looking at their picks, like I said, we got a good big Phoenix player. I think Gon does play Diablo. What else do we have in here? Got Milk plays the Hanzo and the Phoenix. They could open it up with the Chromie. There's still a Genji and a Tracer available. Do we get an immediate counter with Genji or Tracer, please? One of those two. One of those two. I mean, maybe they don't pick it in this round. Maybe they don't pick it this round because, you know, then that gives them open for Tortles to pick Varian and make the other person have a bad day. So maybe they let it go this round, see what they ban. If they don't ban one of them, then maybe they pick the other. I think that probably definitely threw that Tass off the loop. I don't think we see Chromie played from Tortles yet in the NGS season. I mean, they're thinking about it. They're like, how do we work out this draft now? This probably threw a wrench in this system. They have a lot of poke with Chromie. They want to get on top of her. Maybe they look for the new Barak, but maybe not an early pick. They go in with the Jaina again, and then the Malfurion. This Malfurion pick opens up. They can probably go with the Tracer. Oh, I just realized last game I had 2 Jainas on the little collapsible thing instead of an Uther. So my bad to Trevorrow last game. I apologize. Do you preemptively open up with a Varian, expecting that you're going to want to protect a Chromie? Plus, Varian already provides a taunt blow-up combo with a Kerrigan. You could do Varian Stukov. That is a very, very popular comp right now, honestly, within NGS with a Varian Stukov that gives you a taunt, a silence right underneath, so that way they can't use their abilities to get away after the taunt. Maybe follow up with a Greymane to get a Cursed Bullet and Chromie damage. I mean, honestly, I could see that being very valuable. Then you're not scared of a Tracer, you're not scared of a Genji. Honestly, you're not scared of anybody because you just blow them up. You have Greymane for type of Merking. Ooh, there's the Greymane. Arthas, oh, so close. So close. I would have liked to see Varian or Stukov in that pick. But Arthas is one of the top 3 players, or top 3 characters for Gon, who is the tank player of Tortles. I mean, they still... So right now, that Tass is looking for a way to get onto the Chromie. I mean, Arthas gets pretty annoying because Arthas can just run at your team and he's incredibly hard to kill. So he can jump on top of Jaina and just kind of auto-attack her down. Same thing with Malfurion. But who are they scared of for the next 2 picks? Their next 2 picks are thinking, how do we kill Chromie? And then they're going to think, well, if we pick this person to kill Chromie, who counters that person? They're thinking hard about it. Banning out the Deckard. So I think Deckard was actually banned by Tortles last game. I honestly, if they were scared of, I mean, obviously Deckard has a lot of sustainability on these fights around the tributes, throwing out potions all the time. And actually, ban out ETC didn't want to deal with some of that global potential from ETC on this map. I mean, Tass still gotta look for an answer. Honestly, right now, Tortles is a lot scarier. I mean, Jaina's scary. I think Arthas is probably not gonna be too afraid of her though. Do they just try to go for like the Artanis again? What is the thing up their sleeve to finish out game number 2 and give them a 2-0 victory in the finals? And that's the finals, like that's it. Ooh, Stitch, the Rainer, what? Hey guys, Rainer here. Well, that was unexpected. Sorry, just filling out things so I don't have it last minute like last time. So why Rainer? He can push back Arthas. What else does Rainer provide? Like, why not? I mean, he has self-healing, so he's not too... I mean, like, he obviously is still scared of Chromie. He stands still to auto-attack. I mean, you have to constantly be stutter-stepping to avoid Chromie. There's auto-attack slows from Arthas if he gets on top of Rainer. I'm not sure what the Rainer pick was for. Provides no ultimate synergy like they did last time with the Artanis. We'll have to see it. We'll have to see how it works. And because of the Rainer pick, answering with a Lily for those blinds and a Muradin to jump onto him as well. So now we got Muradin dive and Arthas dive. Arthas is going to be in the solo laner. And they just want to give me a hard time because now I don't know who's going to be playing who. So we're going to have a little bit of frantic while the game loads in the next round. Kerrigan. Alright, so we got Stitch's hook into Malfurion root. We got... Stitch's hook, Malfurion root, Kerrigan combo into Stitch's hook. Followed up, you got Jaina combo after that. And then Rainer just sitting in the background for some sustained damage. Maybe he's not familiar with Phoenix, because I think Phoenix would probably have been the better pick. But let's bring it to game number 2. Alright, so chat, come on. I know unfortunately there's a lot of playoff games going on tonight, so I know you Division D guys that are watching this game. Who do you think is going to win this? Who are you looking to have win this? Let me know. I got fixed there. Oh my god, they've switched up everybody. So Stitches, Trevor, Malfurion, Dog Kerrigan. Bees on Jaina. What is this? They literally switched every role. That's correct. On Grammy. And Chromie. Gone on Muradin. I had everything wrong. Arthas. Alright. Well, sorry about that. So, going into game number 2. We got Milk on the Chromie, Gone on the Muradin, Wisp on the Lily, Joshipu on the Arthas, and Kahlua on the Greymane. On the right-hand side, we got Kurt Dog on the Kerrigan, Keysby on the Jaina, Trevorrow on the Malfurion, Crypt Digger on the Stitches, and Himio Santiago on the Rainer, who was their tank player last time. At least it was the ETC, so maybe he just plays off lane.
5, 4,
I don't know. Hard to tell.
2, 1.
So right off the bat, we're seeing Tortles kind of just split up their lanes. Greymane's in the top lane, so that way he can rotate the Giants if need be. Arthas in the bot lane. We're seeing the 5-man here from Tass, looking for that Stitches hook. You know, Muradin's not going to be the best target. He's going to be looking to always stand in the front, because he'll just be able to leap away. But, I mean, that jump can actually be interrupted by the Malfurion root or the Kerrigan if it is too early. We're going to get some baiting out. One combo goes out and hits the slow. But pretty much no damage going out for either team. Jaina actually got 0 Frostbite stacks from that. We're going to see in the 3-man rotation down to the Arthas. Only missing about 2 minions of experience. Not a big deal. Good follow-up. Got a little bit. I don't think there was enough confidence from the Jaina to think that she was going to get it. And Kurt ended up taking a lot of damage there. I think this Rainer's going to have a pretty tough time up here. Granted, he does have the self-heal. Arthas is still holding his level 1. I think he probably wanted to see who was in lane against, whether it's going to be the Rainer or somebody else. Ooh, I like this Greymane. Looking for those Q damage. Does Rainer have his heal available? It's hard to tell. Ooh, he did not have the heal available. And that's going to be an easy first kill by the Greymane. But is this going to be answered up by the second kill, or the kill for Tass killing the healer? We should see Kerrigan rotating to the top lane, try to get that soak, as we see Jaina. Oh, wait, we still actually have full rotation, so there's nobody bot here, so they actually got to get soak in both lanes. Probably want to see. So nobody's taking mercs yet. Yeah, everybody's kind of looking for that damage done. Now we're finally getting the Greymane to rotate over. Probably going to see Muradin or Chromie rotate top just for that lane. It's tough to do this 3-man rotation on this map just because the lanes are so long. But, I mean, since Arthas takes so long to clear, it's working out for them. Ooh, Kerrigan's being spicy over here. Rainer can rotate down. We have the Lily. I know they're looking for it. Do we have the full rotation from the other team? Oh, and they actually steal the camp. These rotations from Tass on both games. Actually, both teams have been rotating around, but do they get away? That's the question. I think they do, because there's not really any threat here. Ooh, maybe there's threat. There's threat. I lied. And that is not the best time to die. Muradin trying to do some damage, but this tribute is bottom. Greymane's looking for the kill on Malfurion, and did they get this stun? Oh, the Chromie! Oh, gets that final kill, almost kills the Rainer. Getting a 3-man kill for that camp, not worth it for Dastat at all. Unfortunate. And they'll be able to rotate down to this first tribute. That gives them a level lead with those 3 kills, and the now missed experience. Is it going to give them a pretty good snowball? Jane, we're going to get the poke down here. She's got to make sure that she doesn't get too greedy with the poke. Yeah, it looks like she's just giving this up now. Knowing that the team's rotating down. Very smart. I mean, I like the aggressiveness. They're making these plays in the rotations. They're actually got the rotation in there. They just weren't able to escape well enough. Chromie's getting so much poke damage in. It's actually up to 23 stacks already. 3 minutes. I mean, if she keeps up that record, she should be able to get it in 9 minutes. So and that's essentially levels 10, 12, 13. No camp picked up for Tass yet.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute.
Wait, lowers the cooldown of penetrating around by 4 seconds. Isn't this the one that gives the move speed? Pretty sure that's usually always the pick. I don't know if that's 7 or not. Oh no, this is the extra damage to people. Muradin deciding to pick up the given the axe. We actually have Chromie picking trap build. Probably trying to bait in some Kerrigan jumps. Ooh, and Greymane going with the greedy Wizened Duelist. Not going with any type of ranged. Good scout first. He Malfurion almost walked into that first. Now this is actually a favorable tribute for Tass just because they have Stitch's hook. Now they're going to be seeing for the delays. Hopefully they don't look too much in a big group. Don't want to stack up. A lot of damage onto the Arthas. Nice combos. And actually, Muradin doesn't have the leap yet. Greymane running in looking for the counter kill on Kerrigan, but does not end up getting. But Chromie nukes the Malfurion. And then Kerrigan's like, nah, you guys aren't getting away yet. Even though you're looking for me, I'm going to come back. Nice body blocks from the Stitches. Pick up that kill from the Chromie. Stitch is too fat. I think he actually blocks out that whole roll. So, in the beginning, 3 kills after that rotation top lane, and then 3 kills on this tribute. Like I said, it was a favorable tribute for Tass just because they had Stitches. You have no way that you can start channeling because Stitches just gets a free hook. And we're just going to see everybody go back to lane. A little bit of a hook. Almost got the combo on it. Like I said, like that situation, like if Muradin tries to jump right away and then gets rooted, like let's say Malfurion put that just a little bit farther ahead, because he actually had it right on the money of where the direction that Muradin was jumping. So if Muradin got interrupted there on that jump, he actually probably would have died. So that is the risk. You almost want to hold the jump a little bit just to get through some of his interrupts. Hyperion's just taking so much damage. Alright, so now it's actually a favorable side for Tortles because of the Chromie. Unless they can get a pick or an aggressive positioning, this is not the position they want. Malfurion with the rotation, getting re-rotated on by the Arthas and the Murden. Followed up by the kill on the Kerrigan. And they're going to look for more. I mean, Stitches can only just walk away from this. I think he's just feeding himself. These kills are just going back and forth. This is actually ridiculous. So 5 members here. Definitely take this Night Camp. It's free. You might as well. So basically every tribute that's going to be on your own side you can't take. You know how that works. Typical curse meta. Level 10's reached for Tortles. Got the jugs. Everybody else is holding their 10s for a while, waiting to see what everybody else picks. Okay, you got Go for the Throat. Twilight Dream to kind of stop the Murden and Arthas from coming in, and the self-healing from Arthas. So I like that pick.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
I mean, with all these kills, still even talent. I mean, still even experience. Not that big of a deal. Rainer's Raiders. Not going with Hyperion. Try to get some of that damage in. Probably just going to look to focus one tank. I mean, that's what he went last time, just with the Purifier Beam. So we're going to be seeing a tank come up here. Arthas. Almost looking for it. No Stitches Hook. They have vision. Nah, Kerrigan, stop trying to scout this. Please. You're so dead. Not what you want to do. And actually picks Ultralus against double melee. I think she's trying to pick Ultralus to go into the, probably jump onto the Chromie. Just Chromie's doing so much damage. A nice silence. It's actually going to get the kill on Murden, and Rainer's just sitting in the back here. But if they clump up too much, Chromie's going to finish these up. Oh my god, Arthas gets away. Yeah, look at that, Chromie. Chromie and Crayman, is he's going to get out? Okay, he does not get out. Like, they still too much in this choke point. Rainer needs to do a little bit more stutter stepping, but good job on the Chromie, noticing her plus stand off to the side, get the big damage. That gives first curse to Tortles. Oop. Oh, they got somebody left the game. It's up to them to pause. I'm not pausing.
Hero has left the battle.
Alright, just make sure that they're aware. I continue the game.
Hero slain.
But Kerrigan being a little bit aggressive. Wait. All right, so first tribute in for Tortles, and they're getting value out of it. They're probably gonna get top 4. They had Giants pushing. They have 13s on them. So what can that Tass do to come back here? Honestly, they need to get Stitches hooks. That's essentially what they have to strive on. They can still come back if they get 2 clutch Stitches hooks in like the very beginning of the game and blow somebody up. Then they can essentially just snowball that continuously. So unfortunately, it's kind of all on the shoulders of Stitches. Yeah, Ultraless what? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Ultraless either. Not really sure what value, especially against the double front line. More often than not, the front line's going to be on top of the Kerrigan, so she's going to want that extra shielding from the Maelstrom. So we're waiting for the DC a little bit. So look at talents a little bit. Damage. Hero damage. 4 Tortles. Chromie's got the top, as she should. Not Greyman's at 16, Chromie's at 23. For that Tass, Rainer's only at 17. This is at 15, but we're gonna be into the game right now. All right. So do they save one keep? It looks like they're gonna save middle keep. Rainer's gotta look cautious here. Arthas they don't see Greyman yet. There it is. Okay. So he's gonna run away. We're gonna look for a little bit of damage here. We're looking to put some pressure on the mid keep or top keep wall. Ooh, Murden barely gets away with a jump. But Kurt Dog still gets the push afterwards. Ooh, they're looking for the chase. Okay. Are they gonna lose all 3 forts? I think I was saying keep before, but that was wrong, obviously. There, that's so much value for Tortles. They hit a hook, but unfortunately it was in the middle of a wall. Murden jumping in, saying that I'm gonna get this anyways. And Stitch is actually in the back line, looking to zone everybody else out. I mean, Murden dies there, but I don't think it matters because they did get the 4th. They are level 13. Would it have been the better call for Tass to immediately run down to bottom boss? They know that they're up 1. They might not have taken the boss, but if they got more kills, they would have taken the boss, and then would have secured both of them. Worst case scenario, nobody would have taken the boss. But it's surprising they actually get the boss a lot faster. Well, I guess Chromie doesn't do any PvE damage. But both teams on even talent here. They gotta look for a fight now. They gotta look for some type of Stitches hook somewhere. I actually would have liked them to be positioning over here. I mean, they don't know this. Usually you want to defend the boss. Maybe send just Rainer down to defend the boss because he's got auto attack damage, and just look for a pick. Even talent tiers. Everybody's just gonna play the PvE game. 3 summons on Tass. Yep, Water Elemental, Ultralisk, and Rainer's Rainer. So they can chase somebody down. So if they are able to all use their all summons on one person, then they are not running away. But I think Tortles doesn't want to run away, honestly. Boss only gets half the damage of the fort.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
Next tribute. I don't know. This is a tough position for both. It's really going to come down to this rotation. Tortles got a little bit of better positioning so far just because they have the Knights pushing up. Look at that minion. Kerrigan coming in with a combo. Hits 1. There's 1 summon going out. Big damage from the Chromie. Malfear and Twilight Dream. Only silencing the Murden so they can jump away. But they get the kill on Murden, which is going to be exactly what they needed. I mean, the rest of the team gets fully healed, but I think with that kill, another big hook. Or finally a big hook, rather. And with that Arthas kill, this is going to net them that tribute. And catching up. I mean, they're still down 1 level, but they can honestly push this bottom fort. Remember, they actually have a lot of structured damage without a curse. If they can get any forts down before a curse happens, then their experience is just going to skyrocket. Because now their curse is going to be pushing on keep. Wait, Chromie, what are you doing, Chromie? Oh my god. Oh, that feels bad. That feels so bad. Ooh, this Chromie though. Turned into a bot. Decided to run bot lane before becoming a bot. You hate to see it. So it becomes down to will Tass take advantage of that situation, or are they going to try to let Chromie run away? Honestly, I mean, it happens to the best of us. It happens in HGC. Nothing you can really do about it. Honestly, I think it's okay for Tass to kill the Chromie. I don't think it's bad sportsmanship or anything. Maybe she gets dodges. She can easily dodge once they come back. So, Tass has got some life back in him. got 2 kills. There's still 15 seconds left on Arthas to be rezzed. There's a lot of structure damage already happened. Top lane, there looks like Kerrigan's rotating up top lane. Actually, I shouldn't talk about it just because of the delay. Alright guys, chat. We need you to be a little bit more talkative here. You know, come on, get some wowies or something. You know, get some... Nags Dog W. So when is the other Division D game? It's actually happening now, actually. So that is Division D East. So actually, technically tonight we are going to know the 2 teams that are going to Division D Grand Finals, which is the West versus the East. So, one member just crashing. Hopefully we can get them back in. So, how you guys doing? Who do you think is going to win so far? It's still, honestly, anybody's game. Half of a level lead for Tortles still. But it could quickly diminish after this next kill and another fort. Mika. The dog's passed out. Mika. Mika. Ear twitch. Here, I can make her wake up real quick. Here, ready? You ready? You ready? Oh, what was that? Is that the treat box? Or can, rather? So, I did not pay attention to when this time started. Alright, one team's ready.
Has destroyed a
Oh, there's one dodge.
Welcome back,
So, yep.
hero.
No rip from me.
What's this?
That was a good dodge there.
Has left the battle. Shall
And
we
she's
see
gonna
if
get away.
he gathers enough tribute this time?
So that's what I was talking about. Just takes one dodge. And there's not level 16 to reach. I think they give this up. I don't think you fight this. They see everybody. They have a little bit better position, but they do not have Rainer. They don't want to be here. Don't throw, please. Okay. So this is a good position for Stitches. They're going to be looking for a hook. Kerrigan just use the combo. Jaina. Alright, there's rotation out there. They're just going to give it up. This is fine. Not going to have Rainer. Just hit level 16. They could have probably looked for a big pick, but since Arthas and Murden would have been able to rotate on there pretty quickly without the Rainer. We have to have fishing hook. Ooh, this is where the plays are really going to start coming out. We're going to have to look for these hooks. We got the penetrating around stun, looking for that Murden. He can now interrupt. Oh, he can always interrupt. And Malfurion's heals really comes online.
Gather tribute or face my curse.
All right, next cursed. Top position. That Tass is already in the better position. Jaina needs to walk away a little bit. Uther's. When does he look for the hook? That was not the hook you wanted. But one big stun actually almost demolishes Arthas, and he's actually not able to self-heal because of the Malfurion. They get the counter kill on the Stitches. They do get the counter kill on the Stitches, but at the cost of Greymane, and this should give them cursed. So now 2 dead to 1 with the first curse. or that Tass. I mean, they're looking for it. Ooh, yeah, I was about to say, if Kerrigan can easily jump onto that Chromie.
You shall know my
Now what do they do with this curse? I mean, they're only a quarter of a behind. They should be able to get... Top should die to itself. I don't think Kerrigan needs to be here at all. They're actually just going to do, 3-man. They're just going to soak all 3 lanes. They're not going to look for any keep walls. Because, like, this wall, this fort dies to minions no matter what.
Destroy the fort.
But yeah, they're just going to safely soak all 3 lanes, try to put pressure everywhere. Still no Greymane. Stitches is still running back. They see 2 members mid. So Tortles, I mean, they're trying to defend. We got Greymane's going to run top lane with the Giants. Giants does help out with delaying this push. So that's actually not going to take any keep wall damage. We have the 5-man now pushing in here. Slight. Good dodge from the Malfurion. Remember, we got Stitches. We got Fishing Hook. Going on Murden. I think Murden actually did just use jump. How did that not pull him, honestly? But Chromie finishing her stacks. Now she's going to be pumping out a lot more damage.
Enough. The curse is over.
All right.
I hope you made the most of it.
Cursed down for that Tass. All they were able to get was essentially 1 fort. A fort and a half, but it was already dead. They just saw that being taken. They don't have Kerrigan and Jaina, so they cannot contest this. Don't. Oh, no. Chromie resets. Okay. They don't have the whole team. Oh, no. Is Arthas good? Okay. So, they're going to give it up now. I think they're still looking for a fight. Bird is jumping onto the Rainer. Nice. Just engage from the double stun. Still pushing them out. Are they going to bait each other in? Okay, they don't. This Chromie vision is actually doing work for him. Everybody deciding to rotate safely, not going to engage onto that. They're just going to defend the keep here. So we're going to be paying attention to this positioning. Stitches is going to be looking for the hook. Okay, they're going to be behind walls, so they're not going to have the hook now. They're just going to make sure that this boss does not get as much value. Chromie is now level 20. We got 1 summon coming out. Greymane's just going to go toe-to-toe with it and not take any damage, essentially. We got big slows from the Stitches, but so much damage from this Chromie. She is just demolishing people with this W, and it actually gets no value. Big silence being able to set the Murden, but they don't get the kill on... Okay, finally get it on Arthas. Counter kill on Rainer because he has to stand still to do damage. Kerrigan's still looking for combos. Wait, how did Chromie get over here? Wait, Malfurion, turn around.
Heroes slain.
No, Jaina, no!
Tribute.
Wait, Chromie didn't do the combo.
Curse. The choice is simple.
What is happening? Where's the hook? What's happening? They're all giving it up. Nobody turned around on that Chromie. Chromie's your biggest threat. But they're going to go for tribute and probably get their boss. Somebody has to clear top, yeah. They just go for boss right away. Alright, so level 20s for Chromie. Gets all the time trap value. Now the real question is, since that Ultralisk died so early, is Kerrigan going to go for the respawn Ultralisk? I hope not. I hope she goes for Blink. Or Nexus Blades. But still the level lead for that Tass. I mean, they're gonna have level 20 with this boss. Pushing onto a keep wall. They have Giants on bottom also pushing onto a keep wall. I mean, they're gonna look for a big push here. Alright, so she does go Blink, Winter Mute, Potent Slut Bile. Forgot that they took out the heal from that.
Gathered tribute.
I actually like the auto attack from Stitches, it's really nice. Oh, that hook so close to your boss would have been dirty. Yeah. So tribute. They're just gonna give up this tribute for a little bit, trying to get as much damage on this with this boss as possible. I mean, Kerrigan can honestly still combo across the wall. That's still scary. We probably want to be breaking this side wall. Well, the wall's already down. So, oh, the hook on this Lily and the huge combo. They're gonna keep looking for fighting here. We got the Pestilent Bile coming in. Is this the game? There goes Arthas. they get the counter kill on Jaina, which is a lot of their damage. Rainer barely saves himself with the pushback, double pushback stun. Chromie just 100 zeros Malfurion. Can they still end? They have Rainer, and with the big Stitches hooks. I honestly didn't even be able to see that, but that was a huge Stitches hook, and that they're going to end that. That's only Chromie defense with a Rainer sitting on the back line. And the boss. I don't think there's any way they get through this or defend. 40 seconds. That's going to be game number 2. Going to Dat Tasso, the number 7 seed, upsetting the number 1 with a huge hook on the Lily, and then the big silencing everybody. So congratulations to Dat Tasso, moving on to the grand finals, to be played at either this weekend or a to be determined date. All right. If I get somebody in here. Do I have all my stuff set up? Alright, so look at that damage. I mean, Chromie obviously sitting in the back line is able to get a lot of damage on that end part where she just literally 100, like, I think probably did 90% of the health to Malfurion. Was disgusting. But, I mean, Stitches, you know, but maybe not getting the best hooks throughout the game, but definitely making up for it at the end there. Probably 3. All right, so we're going to get Kurt Dog, who was the Kerrigan that game, and Hemo, who was the Rainer that game and played the ETC the first game. I have sounds up correctly.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man. So this is Kurt Dog with Dat Tasso with the nice victory here. So the 2-0, how does that feel?
Thank you. It feels great, man.
I know.
It feels great. It was a hard fought series. Like, it was definitely not easy. They made it real tough on us, but we were able to pull them through at the end.
Yeah, honestly, both games were back. The first game with the Immortal was really back and forth with who was winning which Immortal, and like essentially one team would get 3 kills for nothing, the other team would get 3 kills for nothing, and they would go back and forth like that the whole time. But
yeah, it was pretty wild. And with that first game, we kind of expected a little bit of that. Like, we knew that comp we kind of spike a little bit later, so it's just trying to minimize stuff early game. But yeah, totally, like the team fights were pretty wild. It was all over the place, back and forth.
Yeah. So talking about that first game, you first pick Artanis, and you follow up with, I'm assuming, the 2 slows specifically for Purifier. Is that a practice strat for that map?
Yeah. Well, we practiced that. We practiced that comp on other maps too, but we think it's especially strong on B.O.V. Just naturally, Artanis is a great racer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind that comp. And what's cool about it, they kind of, it looks like we're doing some wombo combo with your blind and your Ring of Frost and Mosh Pit and everything, and then we actually take all the other talents that, you know, so we could bait out like a Medivh or an Uther Pig, something like that.
Oh, so you actually wanted them to take Medivh?
Well, you know, that's part of the flexible. You could do multiple things with it. You're not limited to one strategy with the same comp.
That's true. Yeah, you do have. I mean, Purifier Beam would have worked on Mosh Pit as well, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true. Yeah.
Were you guys worried about the Hanzo at all? Because I mean, odd fights that they were just running at you to defend while Hanzo was kind of racing separately by himself. What are your comms like in that type of situation where they're pushing on you and you can't really do much, or you're trying to do as much as you can about it?
Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, Hanzo can pretty much race against your entire team.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of, it was a pick your poison for us. We knew we were either going up against a Maiev or a Hanzo. So we figured we could deal with the Hanzo better in the team fight. than Maev, and then we would just make it work with as far as racing. So
essentially, your comms are essentially just still try to kill him.
yeah, and then Keesby, he had a cool idea too. I think he did it a couple of times as Tassadar, but the idea was he could nullify if they were doing a 4-1 with Hanzo doing damage. He could sneak in and nullify the Hanzo damage, and then we could take the team fight, or just take the race at that point.
Did he do that any times? I don't know if I saw that. I
think he did it once.
Okay, I must have missed it. I was always looking at your foreman. I was assuming Hanzo was just gonna be left to his own devices.
Right.
So obviously, ended up being the last 2 immortals that you guys were able to take in a row that were pretty powerful shielding, getting you those net wins or the net win there. So moving on to game number 2, the Rainer pick, Hemo. What's up with that?
Yeah. Well, that's also a comp we did before. We did it against the Bush on Towers of Doom, and the idea is put so many bodies on the field that they don't know what to do.
So picking all the summons. We saw Kerrigan picking
And you got the broccoli too.
Yeah, there's broccoli. So you got Ultralisk, Water
I don't know
Elemental,
if we got
Rainer's
Red Swing
Raiders.
with it, but
If he didn't, he's suspended for 1 practice.
for the grand finals, yeah, he's gone. He's out.
If he didn't pick what? If he didn't pick the res one?
The wrestling on
Red
Stitches.
He did not.
Oh.
You're gonna have a serious chat with Crypt Digger after this interview.
So who won? It was Tass. So essentially the whole point was to just put a bunch of bodies on the field. So I mean, a lot of times their Greymane kind of would just demolish the Ultralisk. Honestly, I think the Ultralisk is, even though your idea is to put all these minions and everything on the field, but Ultralisk is honestly like the weakest thing in the world. So I'm still surprised you would want to go that way. So if
Greymane demolishes the Ultralisk, he's not demolishing my Jaina. So
I guess that's a fair point. So the whole idea
that's nice shield for Kerrigan too. If you put her on the Chromie and just let her go ham, then you have to dedicate resources on the backside of the team fight in order to get rid of the Ultralisk.
Right.
Which Dan's doing a few times.
Yep. So essentially with that comp, you're really just banking on the Kerrigan, Jaina, Rainer. Was the Stitches purely for the Chromie, trying to get some picks there, or was he also part of the play? And from the beginning?
From the beginning, yeah. Yeah, Stitches Malfruit's a really potent combination anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the early game lockdown, and we scale decently into the late game because, the late game Rainer damage is just really strong. Late game Jaina damage, especially with Wintermute, is really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just landed some really, really good hooks.
Yeah, at the end, I mean, they were looking pretty lackluster in the beginning, but essentially where it mattered, you got the 2 big hooks at the end there with Chromie, and then hooking the Murden right before he got into the well, which is essentially, I mean, you guys were already looking good, but that hook on Lily essentially, dug the knife into him at the end. So it counted where it mattered. And you guys actually did a lot of role swapping for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had to mess with me on my trying to put all the rosters together for this cartography stuff. I'm like, I had everybody like during the draft. I'm like, oh, okay, so Hemo's gonna play Stitches. This is fine. I'll assume Kurt's gonna play Kerrigan, or I think Keezy's gonna play Kerrigan. And I get into the loading. I'm like, oh my god. But so what are your, like, at the end there where you guys had boss pushing? There was a curse, there was a tribute available but you're pushing with Bosch on to keep wall still. So what were your comms like at that point? Like, are your comms pretty calm, or you guys all frantic with looking for the pick?
Well, we knew we had a 20 advantage, but it was going to be really narrow.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was just to literally, as we were taking boss comms, where let's take this, let's push with it. If we get a kill, we end.
Yeah, I think Greymane was still in the process of rotating back when we got to the side wall. So that inhibited their ability to get damage on the boss. We were just essentially looking for that pick as soon as that front wall was down. So we were burning that. And then once we got the pick, we got the root, we got a 3-man Twilight Dream, and we were able to turn it into game winning.
Yeah.
From there.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from your Stitches player, but that hook was pretty lucky. I mean, Lily was not in vision at all, and it was like a max range hook. But
that's what you do.
Sometimes that's all it takes. But so now you guys going into the grand finals. Obviously, we don't know the exact date yet. I believe the other team is still playing. I don't know if they have actually finished their match yet. But since we don't know, and I'm too lazy to look it up, who would you guys rather play against from the east side of Winky Face or Wholesome Halfwits?
Hemo, you answer.
Okay, so I'd rather play against Winky Face for 2 reasons. One, the Halfwits defeated our cheese brethren from the other side of the bracket.
Ah, okay.
The Tigers. They have the Gazlo Sylvanas every game.
Oh, yeah. No, nobody wants to play against Gaz, though.
And then number 2, they had one of their players writing write-ups on heroeshearth.com, and they picked us the last 2 series. So, thank you.
Yes, yeah. I think the heroes
faith.
Was that the Tide guy? I remember seeing him in chat. I think he said he picked you guys 2-1.
Something like that.
2D Moss, yep.
Yeah, 2D. Yeah. That's the one. I knew read that somewhere. It was like that he called you guys to win. He called you guys to win 2-1, and you guys go beat him up, go 2-0.
We're overperforming expectations.
Exceeding expectations, as I said in the very beginning. You guys are come in and exceed expectations, as you guys did. Number setting, upsetting the number 1 seed. So I'm sure you guys are feeling good about that. But with that, do you guys have any shout outs you want to give?
Go for it.
Yeah, just shout outs to the team. And shout outs to you for casting it. I'm really proud of the team and how they've grown and we've really come together. And then of course shout outs to my girlfriend who she'd rather be out on a picnic or outside somewhere right now, and she's letting me play a video game right now. So
that's always good. That's always helpful.
Shout out to Connor's game client for finally working.
Yeah.
Crypt Digger, sorry.
Well, yeah, congratulations, guys, and good luck in the grand finals whenever that gets scheduled. I'm sure we'll definitely be looking for it.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Thanks. Have a good one.
You guys have a good night. All right, guys. So that was a pretty good game. The number 7 beating the number 1. Big upset for Division D West, I'm sure. Actually, and beating out the team that has not lost, or has only lost once in the regular season. So that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shoot me a follow if you like. Now that I am done with the NGS season, I believe the grand finals are still being determined on who cast it, so we'll see what happens. But I am now starting with the off season. I'm actually doing a Learning Fives coaching team, so I will be doing a lot of replay reviews with them. They're gold plat players, so I will be streaming those replay reviews when I do them. So you can always tune in, choose to follow, so that way you can tune in and get some free coaching if you want to listen in with it, or give your own advice in chat. That's always helpful. So look out for that, and see you guys next time.